the government admitting to extraterrestrial existence.
So explain to me how these air fighters have this grainy footage of these things zipping around, but they can snipe a missile through a child's bedroom window 300 miles away. But they have a grainy camera? Yeah, they're shooting with a flip phone, dude. That looks so shitty.
I just came into contact with something. They flip up the Razor, the Motorola Razor, and they're inside of the cockpit flying the ship. And I'm trying to get it. It's not responding. I thought we were going to talk about the Eternals a little bit more, but I guess we kind of touched on it anyway. It's a good sci-fi action movie with 46 main characters. Way to go. If you were trying to top a Guinness Book
of World Records?
Guinness World Record, congratulations, you did it with that many main characters.
Allegedly.
I think it's really interesting. The whole basis of everything today is, what if the ancient gods that we always hear about through myths and things of that nature were actually aliens, right? What if they came to this world all with different causes, some to actually cultivate the human race, some to help develop it. It's a lot of different things, but what if this was like one big celestial group, right? Each one came here for a different reason, different cause, kind of like the Eternals.
Yeah. Okay, you want to get right into the Eternals?
I want to jump in feet first, Mike.
Okay, one of the best movies I've ever seen on an airplane.
Okay.
Incredible.
Wait. Best movies you ever seen on an airplane?
Well, the worst.
Is that basing just for airplanes, or is that period?
On airplane viewing, Eternals is probably number 2.
Okay.
The worst one I ever saw was Jojo Rabbit. Everyone thought I was just watching Hitler and laughing. They hated that. Number 2 would probably be the Eternals. And number 1 is like any Pixar, an Inside Out, anything like that. Yeah. The Eternals is great though, because it truly is. Well, it started as a comic book, 1, which I'm already a fan of. But 2, it is the idea behind the Eternals, starring like Kumail Nanjiani, Salma Hayek, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
They play these alien gods. The Celestials created them, brought them to Earth to protect humanity, to protect us, and then lo and behold, those tricky Celestials had other thoughts in mind, and then the Eternals had to go against their gods to save us.
Which happens in a lot of the stories that we're going to reference today. There's always going to be some conflict once the ancient god gets to a certain point, then they're tested by either a friend or a family member or something like that. But one thing I will say about the Celestials, it had decent action. Too many goddamn characters. Jesus, they gave us 3 seasons of Game of Thrones names in 2 hours. Yeah. And this is, come on, guys. I'm not taking notes while I'm watching this movie. So when people are like, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist and all of this type of shit, evidently it's a lot of conspiracy theorists. Yeah. Okay. And it's not something new. It's just become newer and more popular because we have better outlets like Reddit and other blogs and other forums for us to like talk amongst each other and grow the numbers.
Yeah, you make me think of how thin the line is between a religion and a conspiracy theory.
Talk about it.
Because we're all looking for purpose. We're all looking for like, are we alone? There's an Arthur C. Clarke quote that says like, we're either alone in the universe or we're not alone in the universe. Both options are terrifying. And that kind of like purposeful searching for like who we are, why we are, what it is, how it is. It's a thin line, man. It's a thin line between just like believing in a god or gods and being like tiny green men who, visit our planet. Like, what's the difference at the end of the day?
Let me just go on record by saying this to my hardcore Christians, the Middle West. Nobody's trying to take Sky Daddy away from you. I was really about that life. What we're going to be doing today is posing questions to hold a conversation, right? Like, what if God was part of the Eternals, right? What if he was, we've always thought of him as a solo celestial being, right? Okay. But what if he was part of like the Eternals? We've only recognized God as the one that we really talk about. But what if it's a bigger thing? What if there's a group of higher celestial beings and we just have not known that they were part of this, or he was a part of them?
With your religious background, is there room for that in your life?
I think there's room for the conversation.
Yes.
Again, we're not trying to take Sky Daddy from nobody.
Mhm.
All right? My Jesus is going to be my Jesus to the day I die. I love my God, Lord and Savior. That's not going to change.
Yeah.
But I do think this is interesting. And one of the things I think that's the most interesting about our religion and being taught of just a solo God is that so many of the stories of the ancient gods, their purpose, what they did, how they acted, how they saved, how they cultivated human race is very similar to our gods.
Yeah.
There are a lot of parallels. And a lot of these myths of these ancient gods were BC, right? They were before the documentation of the Bible even began.
Yeah.
So either, I don't know. I'm going to just leave it at that. I know that was kind of a cliffhanger, but but I don't want to scare you guys off too much. So we're just gonna leave it there. It's just
okay.
It's a weird thing. But going back to
let's do a call to action on that.
Oh,
how do you feel about Jesus?
Don't do it like that.
Yeah, I mean, has your opinion on God changed as you've grown older, or had experiences that you cannot explain?
Ooh.
You know, I saw an alien.
Yeah,
I know we're going to talk about it a little later, but this feels like the right place to say Halloween 2023. Driving with Tina and a couple of friends. Shout out Julia. Shout out Delaney. We're driving full costumes. Taco Bell, 2 a.m.
Yeah,
and we see an alien spacecraft. We cannot describe it. I'll show you the video.
Okay.
And we see an alien spacecraft go over our thing on the way to Taco Bell, and we were like, oh, maybe it's going to Taco Bell too. You know, like, who knows? That Crunchwrap looks like a UFO.
Crunchwrap is legit. Now let me ask you this, because this is going to make a big difference on how I and the rest of the people watching react to this footage. Did you capture this before or after you had the Taco Bell?
But on the way to Taco Bell.
So it's before.
Was I on Molly? Yes. Was I on mushrooms? Yes. Was I stoned out of my mind? Of course, it's Halloween.
See, I was going to say you might have had a stomach virus from the Taco Bell. Because it happens fast. Taco Bell can change your life very quickly.
It was one of the first nights Tina and I really spent the night together. And I remember looking.
Oh my God.
Hold on. I remember.
Yes, bitch. Come on. Look at my boy. Oh my God, bitch. Yes. It looked good on you. Love looked good on you.
Thank you. I'm in love. That feels great. Until you hear that. When I got to her place, I was tripping pretty hard still. And I just looked at her on the couch and I go, I got to go turn this off. And then I laid on her bathroom floor for like an hour.
Turn your high off?
Yeah, I couldn't turn it off. It was a problem. Okay, here's the video. Check this out.
Okay.
Hit play on that.
All right.
And tell me that's not a UFO.
No, they're usually not really quick.
Wait.
What is that?
What is that?
No.
Okay, wait.
Now you listen. What is that? That's the beginning of a low budget scary film, though. That's usually how it starts off in the car, and that's exactly what that was weird because it almost looked like it could have been an asteroid, but it was actually ascending.
Yes, exactly.
Which asteroids don't do.
Alien.
All right, man. I will enter that into the library of proof. I'm very curious to that.
Right. I mean, there's so many people who think that people like Elon Musk are an alien or a time traveler, something that allows them to be so brilliant and have so many things happen. You don't think? No.
That's okay. I'm not gonna slander the man, but let's keep it. Elon bought PayPal. He bought SpaceX. He bought Tesla. All of his wins have been from purchases because he had money.
Yes.
He came for money. Grew up in South Africa. I think he went to Canada after that. He came for money.
Yeah.
So
I think it was
I don't know about genius. Okay. No hate, because he's done a great job with it. He's one of the richest men in the world, if not the richest. Genius. I'm not saying he didn't have some of the knowledge to move these companies forward. He definitely steered the ship. He definitely was like, hey, I want this truck. The Cybertruck is definitely a passion project.
Yeah, but there's something incredible at someone who can manage.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Right? Maybe he's not doing math on a blackboard next to a janitor that's helping him because the janitor's the smart one, but he is able to lead.
What is it? Wheel hunting?
Yeah, Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. How you like them apples?
I love them. It's a great movie.
But he's an undeniable leader at the end of the day. Right? He can manage, he can hire, he can grow, he has foresight, he has vision, he has long-term things. This is all happening under his direction. His
leadership. Yeah.
His leadership.
Okay.
So I think that there's something to be acknowledged in that.
I agree. I will give you that.
So
I do. I've said this before. I just have a very bad feeling about Elon Musk.
Well,
I
let's
feel
say
like-
the aliens come back and they're like, Elon, how's it been going? Like, well, now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if he
Yeah.
is that alien?
You
and
know
now-
what? He does have very weird behavior, like somebody that's pretending to be a human. Like that is what I get from him.
Yeah.
And a lot of the he's done, like when he bought Twitter, I'm going to call it Twitter just to defy that guy. When he bought Twitter, I feel like he did that because somebody was like, do something crazy. He's like, all right, like what? Like, I don't know, buy Twitter. Like, he's not going to do it. No, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it and I'm going to change the name. I felt like it was one of those moves more than about like wanting to see that company, you know, flourish.
I
And
feel
just, but now I know it was something completely different.
Yeah, it was to take
Control
over the
politics.
propaganda
Yeah,
machine.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah.
That we should do a whole episode on that.
Oh my God.
Social
we don't
media
have enough
propaganda
film
machine.
on these digital cameras.
So, but that's like one thing I think that could happen in the future
Yeah.
is like we do have aliens among us,
Yeah.
and they have been planted to, you know, help humanity go in a certain direction, whether that's through the New World Order, whether that's through like the lizard people, whatever it is, we are heading a way that we don't have the foresight to see, but the aliens are coming back, checking in, being like, how's Q4 looking? But Q4 is like a billion years, you know,
Right.
something like that. And that's where we're headed.
Zachariah Sitchin, he talked about
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like a woman that just has the best sex in the world. I'm gonna be honest with you. That sounds like the best. Have you? Oh, you ain't never heard about Anunnaki? Shit, man, you ain't live.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go see Anunnaki?
Mm-hmm. She spins.
Well, he believes that these are extraterrestrials that came from a secret planet, and they came here thousands of years ago to genetically engineer humans and harvest gold from our planet. Now, in this theory, they came here, genetically engineered us,
Yep.
to make us slaves,
Yep.
to harvest gold for them, and then they left because of the Arctic melted, right? But even with that, I'm entertained. I'm intrigued a little bit, but it's like you got the power to engineer humans
Yeah.
to make us from nothing, and you don't have a power to just like create a machine that could just harvest gold on its own, like detect it and harvest it. Because it seemed like that would be easier. You tell 100 humans, dig over here in this plot until you find some gold. They're gonna do it, but they're also gonna get tired. They're gonna get fatigued. It would seem easier to create whatever spaceship technology you used to get here
Yeah.
and make a gold digging machine.
Like a Boston Dynamics gold digging machine.
The little dog, the
I get
four-legged thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, this is me. I'm always going to push back. I'm always going to play devil's advocate. I'm always going to have questions. Ancient astronaut theorist salaries, because I've heard from my good friend Mike that these people get paid.
Yes. Isn't that wild?
Yes. Because here's the wildest thing, and I want you to elaborate on this. Here's the wildest thing. They get paid to basically make hypotheses,
100%.
right? Because nothing is confirmed. This is just like, I think that, I suppose, I hypothesize. They're getting paid crazy money to hypothesize.
I don't. Okay. So, one, you can make $145,000 a year.
Nothing to sneeze at, especially if like in Ohio.
When, as of the recording of this episode, you can go on Glassdoor and there is a NASA job position for this that you can apply for.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about these positions that I think is like, what an exciting time to get paid $145,000 to be an astronaut theorist,
Mhm.
because when that UAP hearing just happened, confirming certain alien things, like I was re-listening to it recently, and they ask point blank, they go, have there been any biologicals discovered outside of Earth? And the answer was a resounding yes, there has. That means that something biological, whether that's plants, plankton, bacteria, microbes, and then they said anything human or not human, anything a body. Does anything with a body been discovered? And they said yes. And then they said we can't go into more detail than that. That is for an expert, possibly like an astronaut theorist, but we can confirm that biologicals have been found outside of this planet. So, if you want to get in the game and get $140,000 a year, there has been no better time than right now when aliens have been confirmed by the U.S. government. So exciting.
I wonder why it's not more of a big deal now. Like, I think people rank the Kardashians and whatever reality show is hot right now above the government admitting to extraterrestrial existence.
Yeah.
All the footage we see from these pilots, from their cameras and stuff like that, or even your camera, like it's still a little grainy, or it could be like CGI influenced, or whatever. Until we see some hard proof, like the body or an alien talking, or like something that we could confirm is not altered by CGI or any type of special effect, I don't think we're going to like care, because it's all like, well, all right, if you say so.
Yeah. But also, I'm not a math guy, so explain to me how these air fighters have this grainy footage of these things zipping around, but they can snipe a missile through a child's bedroom window 300 miles away, but they have a grainy camera?
That's radar.
Well, then 4K. Why aren't you putting 4K into a fighter pilot?
That is, I mean, okay. Before we go too deep in there, I do have questions about that, because like it's like you could buy a cheap ass, bullshit ass 4K camera on Temu or whatever the hell,
Yeah.
and it's like $40, but it works.
To do some makeup tutorial where it's
Right.
like, hey guys, today we're going to be doing a little bit of Chaperone. And
Now it's only going to work for a week. All right, it's only gonna work for a week, but you can still buy it. They have the technology. Why we don't have it in the fighter jets? Maybe it's because of the G-force that the jets are producing. It can't withstand that. Maybe it's the heat. Maybe it's the constant change of temperature because it's super cold up there. Like, it could be anything. But I agree with you.
Yeah.
Why don't we have that technology in planes? I want to see better technology when it comes to the visuals.
Yeah, they're shooting with a flip phone, dude. That looks so shitty.
I just came into contact with something. They flip up the Razor, the Motorola Razor, and they're inside of the cockpit flying the ship. And I'm trying to get it. It's not responding. It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. Anyway, killed those civilians. All right, heading home. Golly.
Also hit that subscribe button and that share button. Do us a favor.
Please, we're trying to get in that algorithm, puff some stuff. Click right here. Go in, down that rabbit hole. What are you doing?
That's my happy dance.
Oh, nice.